Good Friday, G-Force. Hey, I haven't been on for a few days. Just was overwhelmed with a lot of things to catch up on. Was a little bit under the weather as well. And so it is with gratitude I am back today. G-Force, gratitude. One of the most powerful words that we can use in our lives, in our businesses, in our relationships. The gratefulness for this cup of coffee. All these things that we can be grateful for. And so good morning, Sandy. Hey, thanks for jumping on, Sandy. Good morning. Welcome to G-Force. Hey, share this out. Turn on your notifications. Hey, today, my guest is this young man right here, CT Cap. He's coming on this morning to talk about his journey, his visions, his goals, his business, what he does, the people that have influenced him in his life. And he's going to be a powerful young man. I've known CT now for about 4 years. I've seen a tremendous transformation in his life since I met him nearly 4 years ago. Almost 5 now, almost 5 years. So I'm really excited to introduce CT, what he brings to the world. He's podcasting and he does web development, but his story behind that is going to be pretty powerful. He is grateful for the influences in his life. So again, CT Cap, his story today, 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern, and of course, that is 11 a.m. Pacific and 1 p.m. Mountain Time. So, hey, just share this out today. Turn on your notifications for the next broadcast later today. What I've been doing for the last month or so is focusing on the teachings out of this book. I myself being a personal development coach, working with individuals on accomplishing their goals, working with clear visions and what is the thinking that takes to succeed in the long term. But one of the books that I use and one of the teachings that I use is from the ABCs of Attitude. Get Attitude, Glenn Bill. His story around attitude is sort of parallels what I teach, is that our attitudes and the environment that's around us right now is a direct reflection of our attitudes, our thinking, our belief systems. And I love the question he asks, what is your attitude about your attitude? See, I hear it all the time. Hey, I got a great attitude, but you know what? We could take a look at the results of the outcomes that we're having at any given time or anything in our life. It's the accumulation of our attitudes dictating the results or the outcomes. So many times we say we have a great attitude, but we really don't. And that's where the work comes. If we want to improve, we're going to change the way we think. And I believe by understanding how we form attitudes, how to change those attitudes will directly impact the outcomes and results in your life. So, anytime you want to reach out to me, you can go to my website, leiconsultingcoaching.com. Put a request in for an appointment. You'll find out more about what I teach, some of the influences that I use. Some of my programs are all there. I work with veterans. I've been coaching at the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee this last spring. Because of COVID, those things have changed, but we'll be back in that program here coaching veterans. So if you're a veteran, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Myself being a veteran, PTSD, had some many different challenges in my life, and I love working with veterans. And I do offer veterans reduced tuition fees in any of my programs, whether it be financial coaching. I work on the behavior side. Some of my 2-month, 4-month, and 6-month programs, and even my lifetime programs, I offer reduced tuitions to veterans. So great opportunity to get some personal training and development if you so inclined to have conversations. Don't hesitate to reach out to me. So I was not able to be on earlier this week. Just I'm grateful that I was overwhelmed. I was grateful even that I was sick. It caused me to sit back a little bit and take a deep breath during this time. But I definitely want to talk about principle in the alphabet N in this book. N is Namaste. In his book, it's an interesting choice that he used this. Is Namaste. Means, Nama means I, Te means you. I bow to you. You surrender. It's humility. Namaste. Humility. As a personal coach, and I'm talking from my space and what challenge I've had on a personal level, and humility is a huge, huge benefit, being humble and getting our ego out of the way. Now, our ego is designed to protect us. Our ego is there to shield us. But ego has two sides of it. It's either going to be creative, your ego, or it's going to be destructive. And me being coached, I always looking to improve myself. I had one coach that really called me on my stuff, I call it. He says, your ego's in the way. Your ego's in the way. I was trying to justify things through my own lack of self-image, self-esteem, using ego. It was destructive. It was destructive to other people around me. It was destructive to myself. And so when I started studying my ego and understood that humility is the first key, be grateful to know your ego. And when you know your ego, you can make the changes that are creative, not destructive. So humility, Namaste. I bow to you. I'm beneath you. I'm not better than you. We're looking at each other eye to eye with humility and honesty. So it's an interesting word, Namaste. We hear it all the time. It comes from yoga. There's a lot of deep dive definitions of that, but it means I bow to you. Are you willing to bow to other people? Do you have a heart of humility? And the people I starting to associate with and learn from are very humble. It's a character trait that I'm learning to become. That want that to be my beingness. It's my nature to be humble. It's not my goal, as Glenn Morshower would say. It's your nature. Because when you have a goal, it's outside of yourself. You haven't obtained it. It's in conflict. Own it in advance of it, and you become it. Be it. And so that's a principle that when you run across sages or other teachers and other coaches, you learn. Be open. Be humble. Move your ego. So today, that's the quick lesson. But I just want to make sure that you are turning on your notifications today to meet CT Cap, 1 p.m. Central Time. Here's the young man. Again, he's going to share his story, his dream, and what he's doing. He is living his dream. I remember meeting him 5 years ago. Boy, this young man is an example of growth. And I'm so excited to introduce CT to you today. So turn on your notification, share this with your friends. It's going to be a great interview with CT Cap today. Key point here I'd like to do is just remind us, focus on what are you grateful for? What gifts do you bring to the world? What are your gifts? Who are you? See, each and every one of us have a special genius within us. No matter what our walk of life is, no matter what our background is, no matter what our education is, we all have a spirit of greatness in us. And the key here is when you find it. It's there, but when you find it, are you taking it to the world? Are you taking it to the world? Are you looking to make impact? Because when we come from a place of gratitude, the tide of disappointment go away. When we focus on our gratitude, the tide of disappointment goes out and the tide of love rushes in. Kristen Armstrong. You know, words have power. Words have power. Internalize them. Own them. Express them. Put them into action. So today, CT Cap. Highly recommend. Get this book. Study this book. What is your attitude about your attitude? Do you have an attitude of gratitude? Being grateful for all things? Because I believe gratitude, there's many powerful words. Love, gratitude, peace, joy are very powerful words. But the easiest one to initiate at the moment is just being grateful for this moment. It's the most valuable thing that you have besides your health is your time. And how be grateful for this moment, no matter what's going on, the disappointments, the frustrations, the circumstances of COVID. All these things are changing in how we look at the world. But you're in control through gratitude. Are you going to respond or react? Because I'm going to close out with this today. Is gratitude. Shields us from negativity. Just think about that for a moment. Anytime we go to a place of gratitude, just notice the energy, the negative. You move to a very positive feeling or vibration, as people call it. You recognize that emotion. You know, I don't know where this number came from, but I believe it's probably higher than that. But, if you have a better attitude about your gratitude, you're happier. You can't help but be more happy. When we apply these principles, we're actually physically rewiring our brain and how we respond by putting positive gratitude out there, being grateful. It does physically rewire our brain and how we think. When we're grateful, it eliminates stress. It's healing, both emotionally as physically. Being grateful improves sleep, boosts our self-image, our self-esteem, and our performance. When we're feeling good, we do good. We're feeling better, we do better. It improves our self-image, enhances the law of attraction. What we put out comes back, and it improves our relationships. So I just wanted to share that with you again today. And mark your calendars for 1 p.m. Central Time. CT Cap will be on today. So I'm signing out. You have a great morning, and we'll see you this afternoon. Turn on your notifications. Share this with your friends. It's going to be a great, great interview with CT. I am signing out.